You know, he is he's certainly known for
He didn't know what to do. He's like, what am I supposed to do? Cut this deck? So, all right, there's Adam Crawford on the left, Kenny Meyer on the right. Everybody rub Kenny's head on your computer screen for Kenny to have good luck.
all right.
Yeah. All right, and it looks like they're rolling the dice, and I think Kenny won the die roll, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to play.
He's got a pretty awesome shirt. That's like a bear's face.
Maybe. I'm not, it looks like maybe like a tree.
It's a bear's face.
Yeah?
Okay,
Okay,
like
well,
the ears are on his shoulders, everything.
Maybe. We'll have to take a closer look. All right, so Kenny, taking a look at his opening 7 cards. And maybe Kenny lost the die roll. Or maybe, what? I think they're both keeping it. Yeah, Kenny did win the die roll. Leads off with the turn 1 Stirring Wildwood. So it's a green-white dual land that turns into a 3/4 creature later on in the game. So, legacy staple. Yeah, that's definitely a legacy staple right there. It looks like Adam has a Volcanic Island. Not too sure what he's going to try to do. But, could this be a turn 1 Grim Monolith?
That would be pretty brutal.
Yeah.
It is a turn 1 monolith.
All right, so Adam Crawford will have access to 6 mana next turn, if nothing goes wrong for him.
I mean, playing a turn 1 Ancient Tomb against the Zoo deck is pretty dangerous. And I mean, yeah, Kenny's deck may be absolutely gigantic, but he beats hard.
Wow, turn 2 Termaglyph.
Yeah.
All right, so Kenny has 2 dual lands in play and drops a Termaglyph. It's only an 0-1 right now, but you never know. So Adam leads off with a Volcanic Island for his turn 2. I see an Intuition, maybe a Brainstorm, or maybe that's 2 Intuitions.
I think it's double Intuition in his hand, yeah.
And Adam doesn't really do too much there. He's probably going to make an end-of-turn effect.
I imagine Intuition's going to come down at the end of the turn.
Yeah, definitely. So pretty much he's going to try to sneak attack into play either an Emrakul, Progenesis, or an Inferno Titan.
Emrakul being ideal.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. With Emrakul, you do not take the extra turn,
No.
but you still have a 15/15 protection from colored spells, Annihilator, 6 flying, trample. Maybe is it trample?
It does not trample.
Oh, it does not trample. Oh, okay. It's
No,
still a
but,
15/15.
It's still a 15/50 that obliterates your opponent's board. So
Yeah. So all right. So Kenny Meyer fetches up a Volcanic Island, showing off his blue splash. So, do you think Adam Crawford knows what's up now that he fetched up a Volcanic Island? Because otherwise,
I'm pretty sure he knew what was up the second he saw 240.
I'm pretty sure
card
Adam
deck.
just thought that he was just playing a really big zoo deck, but now Kenny kind of gave it away. So
Fair enough.
We'll have to discuss this play with Kenny later. Also, someone tweeted in they want Lauren Lee. I wonder if Lauren Lee is around today. Maybe she is. Maybe she'll stop by and give her, because she's playing a pretty awesome deck today.
She is? What is she playing?
Well, I don't want to say on air. It's I'm not one to tell. Let's just say. So.
Not want to build and tell?
Yeah. So Goblin Guy comes down, and there's an Intuition. Wow. So Adam's kind of low on life, right?
Yeah, Adam drops to like 13, I think, from that 2.
Yeah, I think it's the second hit. Goblin Guy.
4, then plus the...
Yeah, it should be. How big is this?
The Tarmogoyf was only a 1/2 on that crack.
But now it's going to be a 2/3.
It's going to be... Yeah, it's going to be a 2/3 or larger, depending on how he Intuitions.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I doubt the Intuition's not going to give him more than +1/+1.
Somebody wants to know, does the Sneak Attack deck also play Show and Tell? And it does. But with Show and Tell, Kenny could just drop a Battle of Wits and win.
Oh.
What was that? It does not play Hellcarver Demon. Everybody out there, we're going to tell you what Hellcarver Demon does. Is it the 6/6 that... 6 cards? Yeah. Yeah, it's the black card from, I believe, M11. Might be M10. I think it's M11. Yeah, so it's a mythic rare. So, oh, wow. We were talking to Rashad, all of a sudden, the Emrakul is going into Adam's hand.
Yep.
So, look away for a second. Did he fetch up 3 Emrakuls and the other 2 got shuffled away? Is that what happened?
Yes, that is exactly what happened. So, the Intuition did not... Intuition actually kept the Tarmogoyf at a 1/2.
Now, is this... Okay, Intuition for... Is he going to go get sneak attacks now? Or...
Show and tell.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's so much better. So, wait, if Kenny has Battle of the Wits, Kenny
just wins, yeah.
Wow,
if
this
Kenny
is
has
insane.
it, All right. I mean, it's not...
Dude, if this really happens, this would be like such a sick game.
Yeah, this would actually just be the sickest game.
Yeah. He's just going to show and tell right now, right? I think Kenny's bluffing. He's like, yep, you got me. But in reality, he's just like, Cha-ching. Let's see. What? No way. I don't think so. I don't think it's Battle of the Wits. If it is, it would just be too insane. That's insane!
That was actually the sickest thing ever!
Dude,
oh, man! That look is priceless right there.
Wow. It's a turn. Just yeah, are you done? Kenny just asked, are you done? Alright, yeah, and Adam scoops it up. Wow, Kenny Meyer. Give it up for Kenny Meyer, guys!
Let's give it up for Kenny Meyer, everybody!
It's pretty good. Kenny Meyer, wow. This is pretty sick. It was just... Yeah. Wait, how come Kenny Meyer... Does Kenny Meyer not play show... He should play show and tell. People should just make this deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's probably the way to do it, right?
Yeah. This is just
so nonchalant about it.
Insane. Yeah. And the thing was... It was white border, and I just saw Kenny Adams' black border Battle of the Wits.
When he put it into play face down, just like sitting there, like waiting, like you knew what it was. You were just like, "Oh, this is too good."
Yeah.
Just
all right.
You can flip it.
So.
Yeah.
All right. So okay. How is he going to sideboard? Maybe. Okay. He's probably going to bring in his Kataki. And if he's bringing in his Kataki, he's probably bringing in his 4 Worldly Tutors and his 4
Eldamri's Call?
Yeah, Elmdorab. What is it?
Eldamri's Call?
Eldrami's Call. Eldrami's Call. So he can search up the Kataki.
It's one of my favorite cards. It's a card from Plane Shift, where you demonic tutor for a creature at instant speed.
Yeah, I mean, even though he only has the Grim Monoliths for artifacts, I think the Kataki would be pretty good against him, right? Or no? What do you think?
I don't know. Sideboarding it doesn't seem like the most relevant thing when you're playing Battle of Wits.
Well, this matchup it might be because he also has access to Gilded Drake.
So, actually, having like 9 things in your deck is actually kind of like siding in like 2 cards.
Yeah. So I think also Gilded Drake he'll bring in probably Revoker to stop Grim Monolith, and to stop Sneak Attack. He'll also what's a Loaming Shaman?
Loaming Shaman is 2 colorless and a green, 3 total mana.
Yeah.
It's a 3/2 from Dissension, and he shuffles cards from the graveyard back into players' libraries.
Okay, I missed it. Say it again.
Okay.
I'm reading. We got so many tweets in about the Battle of the Wits and whatnot.
What is it?
You just said it.
He's a 3/2 for
Sure.
2 colorless and 1 green, 3 total mana.
Yeah.
He's from Dissension, and when he comes into play, he shuffles graveyards back into libraries.
Oh, okay. So
okay.
It's good against Dredge.
Yeah, he's good against like graveyard decks.
All right.
In general.
So it looks like. Do you think? Yeah. So I mean, he's probably gonna go with the Eldrazi's. I call Eldrazi's.
It's just like phonetic. You just do it like Eladamri's Call.
Eladamri's. I don't like that. I kind of like how I pronounce it. Eldrazi's Call and Whirly Tutors and bring in this Gilded Drake. This is what I want. Imagine if he gets the Gilded Drake, the Emrakul, like the look on Adam's face in the story when he goes home.
If he show and tells again, and it's like a Gilded Drake instead of an Emrakul, or like instead of a Battle of Wits. This could really just be like the.
Okay, all right. So for everybody at home, Battle of the Wits, what it does is I'm going to try to pull up a picture from StarCityGames.com.
Yeah, it's originally a rare from
explain
Odyssey.
to them what it does. Yeah. All right, awesome. Yeah. Okay. So what other decks are you excited to see?
At this point, I don't want to see anything except this deck forever.
All right, I'm pretty sure Battle of the Wits is probably going to skyrocket in price after Kenny wins this tournament.
Considering that it's got to be worth 10 cents right now.
All right, so we have Battle of the Wits on screen now. All right, this should be good. All right, this is what a Battle of the Wits is. Everybody at home, you guys can hopefully see this. All right, Battle of the Wits. 3 colorless and 2 blue. So for 5 mana, it's an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 200 or more cards in your library, you win the game.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why Kenny's playing such a large deck. He needs 200 cards to be able to win the game with this card.
Now, there was a Facebook group that was created last year when this event was announced, and
yeah, people just wanted to see who would come and play Battle of Wits. So 2 people decided to come and play Battle of Wits, and it was pretty good.
yeah.
So definitely something neat. And Kenny actually took so far 2 games with Battle of Wits.
Yeah, well, he won the first round, right?
He did. He's 1-0. 3 games. He won both games with Battle of Wits. Yeah, I thought he was just one with creatures. Yeah, with battle. Yeah, so one of the games he just won with like a Tormaglyph and a Hawaiian the cattle.
Yeah.
So like
That seems fine.
If you ever get
I'll
like
take it.
the cattle draw, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know?
You just zoo people.
Yeah. All right. So Kenny is drawing his 7. So is Adam. We'll see what happens. He has 240 cards. Yeah, I believe. So I believe Kenny is playing 240 cards. I know Ken Adams was playing 241 cards.
He has 250 cards exactly.
Oh, 250.
250,
Okay, he does have 250. So Kenny's going with 250. Ken Adams had 241.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can pretty much play anything in that range. So it looks like Ken is mulliganing. I don't know how well this deck mulligans, but if you draw some lands in a battle, it's probably fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that was perhaps the greatest. That was the greatest thing I've ever seen.
I mean, it was definitely pretty cool. So Ken's going out to 6 cards. He's up a game though, and he's going to be on the draw. So maybe this mulligan won't be too bad. And all right, so we have it on net deck. I'm going to start loading up Moto while Jake gives you the rundown on this match.
All right, so Kenny's deciding whether or not he's going to mulligan this hand. He's already on 6 cards. His deck pretty much plays like a zoo deck. So when we think about like the way his deck plays and the actions of his deck, all of these cards are cards that have seen play in the format or should see play in the format from time to time. When you read off his creatures, like Trigon Predator, Skyshroud Elite, Vine Lasher Kudzu, Bloodbraid Elf, Ranger of Eos, Grim Lavamancer, Terravor, Vengevine, and like the list goes on, and all the cards are at least as strong as those. I mean, it just it shows that there are enough aggressive creatures that have been printed over time that you can kind of just play a deck that's absolutely gigantic with all these cards, and yeah, it's going to be suboptimal, but it gives you the opportunity to play with Battle of Wits. And again, I'm not saying that this is like this gives you a strategic advantage, but if you're looking to do something really awesome, then this is about the most awesome thing you could possibly do. Yeah, Kenny is now mulliganing down to 4 cards. Pretty bad for him. He's trying to shuffle with as much speed as he possibly can. Shuffling the Battle of Wits deck is somewhat difficult, and I'm surprised they don't have a judge helping him shuffle. I think that might be something they should think about. That bear on Kenny's shirt just summons those Battle of Wits to the top of his deck. And I mean, the thing is even if Kenny has a 1-card hand, if his opponent goes for a show and tell him Rockwell play, Kenny can just drop a Battle of Wits into play.
If he mulligans to 1?
Yeah. Like, imagine. I know his opponent doesn't have to play show and tell, but
he's going to 3. All right. I guess I don't know if Adam realizes he should not cast show and tell.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But I think Kenny at this point is pretty much relying on the fact that he might not.
So Kenny's down to 3, but I guess Battle of the Wits does mulligan well if your opponent is playing show and tell.
Yeah, I mean with his Lotus Cobras, he can cast Battle of Wits on turn 3. By the way.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Does he not play any mana ramp like birds or elves? Is he not playing that?
He's playing Noble Hierarchs. He's playing Lotus Cobras.
All right. He's gonna keep his 3.
Okay.
All right, Adam goes turn 1, sack land, land crack fetch, Volcanic Island.
And he's got a ponder for the first turn. Sees a force of will, and I think force of will, even though I'm not a huge fan of it in the current format, when your opponent mulligans down to 3, force of will gains a lot of value.
Yeah, definitely pretty good, just to be safe from a hard cast Battle of Wits or something.
Yeah, like it just, if your opponent just their key spell is taken away, if they're on that few cards, it's very unlikely they're ever going to have a shot to win the game.
All right, so it's Kenny's turn. He leads with a Taiga, no 1-drop, but when you mulligan to 3, he's probably just happy to have a land.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be too greedy there. And Adam has 2 lands in play. He's going to play the control game. He's got a Brainstorm in hand. He'll probably use that end of turn. I think Kenny has a second land, which is good, in the form of a Wooded Foothills. And here comes the Goblin guy. A little late to the party, but it looks like it's going to deal some damage. And Adam's probably got a Brainstorm in response to the trigger to make sure a land is up there to gain some more card advantage.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Does he...
he has a City of Traders.
Okay, he has a City of Traders. So he's going to put the City of Traders and...
he also has a fetch land.
Yeah, I'll probably just put 2 lands on top. He'll get both of them back next turn. So,
yeah.
All right, City of Traders goes to the hand. Now, with City of Traders, it produces 2 mana, but if you play on land, you're going to have to sacrifice City of Traders.
Yeah,
so
it's a very powerful card. The ramp it provides is very strong, and if you're playing a deck that plays very few land or that caps out at a certain point, then it actually ends up producing card advantage.
Yep.
It's also nice when you're able to use Brainstorm to shuffle away the other lands without having to use fetch lands to do that when you have City of Traders.
All right, awesome. Okay, so we have Battle of Wits loaded, and when Kenny Myers comes out of his match, he's going to come over and he's going to play. We're going to watch him play on Moto, so everyone's going to get to see his hand, see exactly why he's making these plays. So Adam puts back, I think he puts back 2 lands, possibly, maybe a land or something else. And after a double Brainstorm, Adam, probably has a pretty good, sculpting of his hand. He probably knows exactly what's going to happen. He is going to... Oh, no, don't do it. Wow, no. This would be too insane if he actually... That's a show and tell, right?
That is, in fact, a show and tell.
If Kenny actually has a Battle of Wits, it would just be way too insane. I don't think Kenny has it in his hand.
No, I think... But I do think Kenny...
What?
I think he might have a Worldly Tutor maybe or something like that in his hand.
Maybe. There's a Progenitus and... Oh, Ranger Views. Okay, not terrible. Can he? Wait, so Adam's on 15, and do you think Kenny can maybe erase him? Like, if Kenny has something to gain life, I know he has 4 plows in his deck. So if Kenny can somehow, get 2
like
guys,
Plow's own guy.
Yeah, exactly, Plow's own guy.
Like in a turn before he's going to die.
Yeah, and
I think he's actually ahead in the race then. If he does that.
I mean, Adam still has the Force with the blue card, I'm guessing. Mm-hmm. But that's pretty crazy. If he actually had the other battle that was there. What do you think he's going to fetch up? Like Curd Apes or something? Like Figure?
Goblin Guide has to be the most aggressive thing he can fetch, right?
Yeah, Goblin Guide, Wild and the Cattle. I guess those are just better than Curd Ape. Does he still play Curd Ape? There's 4 Curd Apes.
Yes, he does have Curd Ape. He has Curd Ape and Lumline.
All right, cool. So, he's...
8 apes.
He's searching deep here. And once again, Kenny Meyer on the right, playing Battle of the Wits on the left. Adam Crawford. All right, and wow, I'm surprised he just scoops it up there.
Yeah, so am I.
It was just a Progenitus, and it's a 10/10, but it doesn't have haste, and it takes at least 2 attacks to actually finish him off and deal 20 damage. So
yeah, that actually surprised me that he scooped it up there.
Yeah, I'm surprised as well. Maybe he just wants to play game 3, but I wonder why he scooped up there.
Because if he grabs 2 Goblin Guides, and then even on the next turn he can just bash in, get him for 6 damage.
Yeah.
His opponent attacks him back, puts him at 10, then he can put his opponent at 4, and I'm sure there are a number of cards where he'd be able to gain a little bit of life, get back in there.
And the other thing is that Progenitus is a legend. so he could natural order
Get a
for his own progenitor. You know, like we knew Adam had Force of Will, but Ken doesn't know this, so it could. I don't know. I don't think I would have scooped though. So, all right. So Kenny would be on the play. Adam's on the draw. Kenny to the right here at the Charlotte Legacy Open.
Yes.
I was so used to saying Standard Open, but now it's the Charlotte Legacy Open for StarCityGames.com. This is SCG Live, bringing you coverage. To the right, we have Kenny Meyer playing Battle of Wits. To the left, Adam Crawford. I'm Gerard Fabiano here with Jake Van Lunen. So it's been a crazy couple of days. We saw Calcano open up a Jace. He went to a bot, invested 5 tickets, walked away with 88, 90 tickets, whatever. I mean, it's a Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, pretty good. Then we just saw Kenny Meyer flip over a face-down card, which was the Battle of the Wits on turn 3 or turn 4.
Yeah, this has been a pretty exciting weekend here for SCG.
Yeah, pretty crazy. And we still have both draft opens. One of the draft opens is already in progress. They're probably in like round 3, I'm guessing, round 2 or round 3. And the other one, I think they're still taking signups. So it's pretty cool. And we're in round 2 of Legacy. 9 rounds total in Legacy. You know, pretty. Last week there was 9 rounds in Legacy. Legacy's been picking up a lot. A lot of people want to come out. They want to play Legacy. They actually had the draft opens because they're aware some people don't play Legacies. But it feels that more and more people are now, even if their Legacy deck's not an expensive one, people are showing up with Affinity. They're showing up with Mono Red decks that are much, much cheaper than standard decks. You know, yeah.
Like
so,
buying
a mono red deck, which is
in Legacy, is probably cheaper than buying your Jaces for your standard deck.
I think Pat Sullivan just recently made a top 4 or a top 8 in a Legacy tournament with mono red at the Star City, California.
Los Angeles.
Yeah. At the other end, you could play an expensive deck like Ken Adams, where his deck is he thinks is close to $9,000 or something, $9,000 or $10,000. Yeah. So it's
Kenny's probably not worth quite as much as Ken's.
Yeah. Kenny Meyer probably a bit cheaper.
Still quite expensive.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so Kenny's gonna be on the play. Hopefully, he's got a pretty good draw. I think he's gonna keep. If I know Kenny, he's gonna gives a thumbs up. And Adam sees an Emrakul, 1 brainstorm. He has at least 1 land and a brainstorm. Looks like 2 lands. So I think they're both gonna keep.
Yeah, this would seem to be a keep.
Yeah,
he can even shuffle away the Emrakul if need be.
Yeah. All right. So turn 1 Flutter Strands, and Kenny's gonna sack it. Probably gonna search up a Savannah. I'm thinking. So maybe a Tundra. We're not too sure, but a Taiga. Wow. All right.
Plateau.
Oh, it's a Plateau. Wow. Mm-hmm. Even more crazy. So Plateau, and maybe he has the turn 1 Goblin Guide. That would be pretty neat.
His turn 1 Goblin Guide's pretty good.
Grim Lavamancer could be here. Could be a handful of 1-drops, but I think he's gonna have something. Kenny doesn't need any help shuffling. He looks to be a pretty fast shuffler.
Yeah. For shuffling a Battle of Wits deck, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, Kenny actually won, I think, back to back PPQs. Yeah, it's like something pretty insane. All right, turn 1 Step Links.
It's a good start.
Yep, and I'll pass the turn. He definitely wants to put a clock on Adam. So he wants to try to race him before Adam could play Emrakul or anything crazy like that. I think he's got another fetch land, so it looks like Adam's going to be taking at least 4 damage this turn.
Yeah, perhaps more, depending on what Kenny has in his hand.
Yeah, I mean, probably 5, because he's going to sack his own fetch land to Brainstorm.
Mm-hmm.
So if Kenny gets him, into single digits, he could definitely outrace a Progenitus. You really can't outrace the Emrakul because it's going to force him to sacrifice 6 permanents.
It's true.
But we'll see what happens. So he does get a fetch land, so Step Links is going to be a 4/5. And Taiga, Taiga makes it a 4/5. And Kenny will do some more shuffling with his massive 250 card deck, which we have on Moto. I'm just taking a look at it now. It actually took more than a second to load,
Yeah,
it's like
it's 250 card deck.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. Wow, he actually has a Bone Horde in his sideboard, or in his deck as one of the equipments to go fetch. I didn't notice that at first.
Oh, I like that.
Imagine somebody plays like a Traumatize on him. That Bone Horde token is going to be really big. All right, there's the Quasali Pride Mage, which, wow, it actually is going to be more damage because that Step Links is going to get exalted.
So he's cracking Adam down to 14 here on turn 2.
Yeah. Speaking of
That's a pretty big
traumatized,
attack.
do you think Kenny or Ken
Has
you know,
traumatized
well-
anybody today? Like, not the card, but the feeling? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, in case they played each other in the mirror match. That was like the mirror match breaker. Probably only in their fun
gotta
games.
be
They play it. Alright, here's a brainstorm. Maybe Adam's going to try to force a will this. That's what he's looking for, it seems like.
Top 8 competitors of the draft open. We are ready to
No
get
force of will
underway.
in sight.
If you'll please report to
He has to put
table
cards back
6
from brainstorm. He
of
gave him, he gave him the thumbs up before he even, you know? That's pretty funny. So I guess Adam's just thinking what 2 cards he wants to put back. He probably wants to put back a Progenitus. I don't think he needs both fatties, but I could be wrong.
He does have a show and tell in hand.
And I think I saw a sneak attack, and he also has an Inferno Titan, so he definitely has a lot of big guys that he could sneak into play or just put into play in general. So he puts back 2 cards and takes 5 damage.
Alright, so he's down to 14.
And Kenny's gonna pass the turn. So Kenny got just a really good draw. This is like one of Zoo's better draws.
Yeah, like this would be good for like a real Zoo deck.
Yeah. So I mean, right now Adam could take 2 damage and show and tell an Emrakul in play. But is he going to risk the fact that if Kenny has like a Battle of Wits, it's just game over?
I think you kind of have to take a risk like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, so he goes to 12, Emrakul comes down. So, I mean, I think he's going to do it. His other play is to... I mean, I think he still has the sneak attack in his hand. But I think he's just going to go for it and show and tell. So he goes to 12. I don't know if Kenny has it. I don't really think he does. Maybe he gets some... yeah, like, I think he would have just instantly put it down. Alright, Emrakul, bad news for Kenny. Alright, Mother of Ruins. Alright, not that good. So Kenny's going to have a 1-turn window to deal him with 12 damage.
Well, no. Kenny could actually draw an Oblivion Ring here. He's playing 4 of it.
Oh, wow, he is? Okay.
So he could go land Oblivion Ring.
Yeah, that would be good.
That'd be really good. He had a Worldly Tutor in his hand. I guess he didn't have the land, because otherwise he would be able to Worldly Tutor for a Gilded Drake here.
Yeah, I don't think he has a blue. That would be sick.
Yeah.
But he's going to lose too many permanents.
Yeah, once Adam attacks, it's just about impossible for Kenny here.
Did he have that Whirly Tutor, like, previously? Because could he have upkeeped Whirly Tutored? I guess it wouldn't help unless he had a blue mana.
Yeah.
What is this? A Squadron Hawk?
That's not going to be good enough.
So 1, 2, 3. So he has 7 permanents. He's going to lose... I mean, Adam has nothing. So if he could somehow Worldly Tutor for the Gilded Drake and have the blue mana, it would be pretty good. But then again, Kenny's going to take too much damage, I think. Yeah, I don't know what Kenny could do here. It looks pretty rough for Kenny, I would say.
Yeah,
but
it's not good.
Yeah, if for example that was a Progenitus, it wouldn't be as bad. I think Kenny could actually outrace it.
Yeah,
You know?
I think he definitely outrace Progenitus.
Yeah, especially with the step links and a fetch land. If he had one, he would have. You know, and Adam's only on 12 life, and he really can't tap the Ancient Tomb if it was a Progenitus and they were racing. But the way it is now, Kenny searches up 3 Squadron Hawks and gives his deck a shuffle. So, yeah, an Oblivion Ring would have been nice there. Yeah, if he had one more mana in play, and he could have natural ordered away the Qasali Prime Mage. But I don't know how much that would have helped. Yeah, it's kind of rough. Well, we'll see how the game plays out. Kenny Meyer playing Battle of the Wits, just plays a Squadron Hawk and fetches 3 more. And he's going to pass the turn. So Adam draws a Progenitus. So Adam has Sneak Attack too. So he could take 2 fetch Sneak Attack and Progenitus and just kill Kenny this turn, right? Maybe not. Alright, so Kenny sacks everything but Savannah.
Oh, he has the fetch land, so he can steal the Emrakul.
But he's on 3. That's the problem.
So he goes to 2.
He goes to 2, and then he gives him the Gillidrake for the Emrakul. The Emrakul will be tapped. That's how it works, correct? Like,
Oh, you're right. You're right.
you know what I'm saying? That's why I say he would be too low.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kenny needed to Worldly Tutor and get the Gillidrake before the Emrakul actually had a chance to become tapped and have him lose all his permanents.
Does he have like something else that we don't know about?
Like if he had a 0, no, I mean I don't think it would be anything.
Snap. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean yeah.
Like yeah, like really, really.
It would have to be like some
absurd
0 mana
cards.
costing cost card or something or another to get him out of here. But I don't think he has anything in his deck to avoid this. I mean, we'll see how it plays out. You know, we'll see what happens. And also, I kind of feel like Adam has a Sneak Attack and a Progenitus in his hand. So
Does he?
I thought he did. Maybe I'm mistaken. Oh,
I thought
maybe
he
it's
shuffled those away.
Yeah, maybe it's an Inferno Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he draws a Gillidrake.
Inferno Titan's actually just better here, though, right?
Yeah. So Adam's so Kenny's gonna fetch up a Tundra probably right now, and play the Gillidrake or a Volcanic Island. What did he sack? A Marsh Flats.
Marsh Flats,
so Marsh
so
Flats.
probably
So
like a Tundra.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't get a Volcanic Island. I actually did that. It was on GG's Live too. I didn't even know because all my lands were like kind of like that. You know, big deal.
Yeah.
But I had no relevance. But it was just something. You know, when you're playing with all these fetch lanes and all these duels, you're just like, yeah, every fetch lane can get everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they kind of can.
Yeah,
It's just like
yeah. So
sometimes it's confusing.
yeah, and I was playing a Tropical Island only for my sideboard, and it was game 1, so you know. But there's a Gillidrake, and Adam's gonna do a Brainstorm in response.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Adam. I'm pretty sure Gillidrake does not untap the creature. Yeah, it doesn't. So Kenny's just probably down on board. Yeah. So we're thinking Kenny's down on board. Maybe he's hoping Adam doesn't see it. He draws a Grim Lombomancer, Intuition, and Wooded Foothills. Nothing in the form of Force of Will. Maybe Kenny wants to just do it for you know, show points.
Yeah.
Like,
To be
hey,
like,
I
hey,
still-
look, I was pretty close.
Yeah, I stole an Emrakul. One more turn. I'll come in the booth and talk about it. And we're gonna have Moto up, and we're gonna have Ken Meyer playing his deck. So definitely really awesome. Somebody suggested Slaughter Pact, but he doesn't have the black to pay.
Yeah, he would just lose during his upkeep.
Yeah. What was that, Rashad? I'm not sure what. Yeah, you can't Slaughter Pack Emrakul, but yeah, amongst many things, you can't Slaughter Pack Emrakul. He doesn't have the extra line to pay it, but sure.
He's just going to sneak
Yes.
attack in an Inferno Titan.
Yeah, I mean he could just tap that Gillidrake.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't have summoning sickness, does it?
I don't think so,
Yeah,
no.
but all right. So there's a Sneak Attack. There is an Inferno Titan. All right, and there's a handshake. I'm gonna go get Kenny,
Yep.
and we're gonna have Moto going for Kenny and for everybody at home to watch Kenny play his deck live on Moto.